There's some great exciting news on the DC movie front that just dropped this week when it comes to the soundtrack, the score for Justice League, which drops November 17th. Danny Elfman, the current composer, told Billboard interviewed him for some other stuff, but part of the interview, they talked about the Justice League score that he's doing. And he said he's going to use, or at least a variation of, the original John Williams Superman score for this movie. And I think that's great. And I'll read you exactly how, because it's not going to be, I think, in the classic way. I think he's going to do some kind of a twist on it. So I'll read his exact quote. I also had 2 minutes where I had the pleasure of saying, let's do John Williams Superman. And that for me was heaven, because now I have a melody to twist. And I'm using it in an actually very dark way, in a dark moment. It's the kind of thing that some fans will notice. Some won't. It's a moment where we're really not sure whose side he's on. Ooh, isn't that juicy? I think they're going to have Superman be bad and then go good later. And they're going to use the classic Superman theme to highlight that. And I guess maybe he's going to do it subtly. I don't know. But I'm not sure. I hope he uses the actual classic version of it the way that it actually was at some point in the movie. And I think right here, the fact that they're acknowledging and using the old John Williams Superman theme, the iconic one, to me makes it, just reinforces the fact that this movie is going to have a thematic rebirth of Superman. You know, he starts out, in the original, the older Zack Snyder movies, Man of Steel and BVS, Superman is unsure of himself. He feels lost and, depressed at times. He's kind of like a depressed or unsure God. But as time has gone on, he's becoming more confident, and I think he's going to evolve into the Superman we know from the classic, Christopher Reeves days in Superman 1, 2, 3, and 4, those ones. I think that's what we're going to see happen with Henry Cavill's Superman, and we're going to see that thematic, symbolic rebirth in Justice League, and I can't wait. I think it's going to be spectacular. I love the fact that they're bringing the more classic style Superman from the Richard Donner movies back in the current era of the DCEU. And I think Elfman is great for doing that. I think that's exactly why Joss Whedon, the new director of Justice League, hired him to do this. And in this interview, Danny Elfman, the composer, talked about some other things he's going to do too. He did some scores for like Aquaman and The Flash and Cyborg. I don't know if they're going to use these for their own solo movies, but they're going to use them in Justice League. I think he did a little something with Wonder Woman, but I think it's spectacular. If you know the history of the composing for Justice League, originally I think Junkie XL and I think Hans Zimmer were doing it, but then Hans Zimmer, I think, dropped out. And then that was when Zack Snyder was directing. And then when Joss Whedon came in, I think Joss Whedon, I guess, essentially fired Junkie XL and had Danny Elfman come in as his replacement. And that's probably because Danny Elfman is going to do an overhaul of the soundtrack. I don't know if they're going to use some of Junkie XL's tunes he already made, because he'd already started scoring Justice League before he was replaced. So I don't know if they're going to retain some of that and blend it with Elfman's or what have you. But Junkie XL's on it, and Elfman is now. And I think it's because Whedon just felt a bit more comfortable having someone whom he knew, whom he worked with before, to come in and help him with his vision of the film and to do things thematically more of the way he wanted to. They previously worked on, Whedon and Elfman, they scored Avengers Age of Ultron, so they already had a relationship. But Elfman has worked on superhero movies beyond Joss Whedon. He also scored the original iconic Batman theme from the Tim Burton movies, with Michael Keaton. And he also did the Spider-Man theme from the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies. Or at least the first one, or Spider-Man 2, or I don't remember which one, but he did that one too. So he's been in Marvel and DC, and right now he's back to DC. And I'm excited. I love this news. I love the fact that they're going to maybe put more traditional elements into the Justice League score, to maybe harken back to old classic DC movies and TV shows, the old school characters back when DC had more of the bright, shiny, fabulous, glorious heroes. I love all that. And I love if they're trying to recapture and acknowledge that history. And I'm excited. November 17th, I wish it was tomorrow. I can't wait. Just wanted to give you that quick little update. If you'd like to watch me make more videos about DC movie news, TV news, and comic book news and all that stuff, please subscribe. Thank you for watching and talk to you soon. Bye.